Have you ever noticed how the smartest people in the room are often the quietest ones too? They laugh less, talk less, and prefer watching rather than joining in. It is not because they are antisocial or arrogant. It is because intelligence has a strange side effect: loneliness. It starts innocently. As a child, they question things others never notice. Why do people pretend to be fine when they are not? Why does everyone chase trends that make them miserable? While others play, they observe. While others follow, they think. And slowly, their mind begins to outgrow their surroundings. But here is the tragedy. The smarter you become, the lonelier the world feels. Because intelligence gives you awareness, and awareness shows you everything. The fake smiles, the shallow conversations, the noise that people mistake for meaning. It becomes hard to connect, because very few understand depth in a world built on surface-level comfort. Ever tried explaining your thoughts to someone and watched their face go blank halfway through? That is how intelligent people feel most of their lives. It is not that others are wrong, it is just that their minds are wired to think beyond the ordinary. And that beyond often becomes a cage. Because who can you talk to when your thoughts are 10 steps ahead of everyone else's? Sometimes they try to fit in. They laugh at jokes they do not find funny. They join conversations that drain their energy. They pretend to care about gossip, about trends, about things that do not really matter. But deep inside, there is a quiet ache. The ache of being surrounded by people yet feeling alone. It is not loneliness caused by the absence of people. It is loneliness caused by the absence of understanding. This kind of isolation is not dramatic or loud. It is subtle, like a soft silence that grows over time. You stop talking because you realize no one really listens. You stop sharing because people misunderstand. You stop expecting because disappointment becomes routine. And eventually, you find peace in solitude. Because solitude becomes the only place where you can think freely, dream deeply, and exist without explanation. Intelligent people are not lonely because they want to be. They are lonely because their world is not designed for depth. They crave conversations that challenge them, not drain them. They want to be understood, not praised. They want genuine connection, not constant noise. But here is where the story takes a turn. That same loneliness that feels like a curse can also become your superpower. When the world stops distracting you, you begin to hear your own mind clearly. You see patterns others miss. You grow stronger in silence, wiser in reflection, and more grounded in self-awareness. Many of the greatest thinkers, artists, and creators were deeply lonely. Einstein once said, "It is strange to be so universally known, yet so utterly alone." But that loneliness gave birth to creation. Because when you no longer chase validation, your mind becomes free to create meaning. The isolation becomes transformation. Of course, it hurts sometimes to look around and realize there is no one who truly sees you. But maybe that is the cost of seeing the world as it is, instead of how you wish it to be. And if that is the price of intelligence, maybe it is not loneliness after all. Maybe it is clarity. Still, it is important to remember, being intelligent does not mean you must suffer alone. True wisdom is not about isolating yourself from the world. It is about learning how to stay connected without losing your depth. To be around people, yet not be consumed by their noise. To listen, but also to understand what is not being said. Because at the end of the day, intelligence is not just about knowing. It is about feeling deeply too. And feeling deeply means you care, even when the world makes you feel like you should not. So if you ever feel like your intelligence has isolated you, remind yourself, you are not broken. You are simply rare. And rare things are never found in crowds. Your quiet mind, your reflective thoughts, your sensitivity, they are not weaknesses. They are your silent strengths. And one day, someone will match that frequency. Until then, keep learning, keep thinking, and keep creating meaning in the spaces where others only see silence. because sometimes the most intelligent thing you can do is to make peace with being misunderstood. And maybe that is why silence feels so comforting to intelligent minds. In our next video, we will dive deep into the psychology of silence, why quiet people think deeply. You will finally understand why silence is not emptiness. It is emotional depth in its purest form.